Hey writer friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my 2020 wrap-up and 2021 writing goals. If you're new here, my name is Holly. I'm a writer aspiring to be a published author. If you haven't already, please give this video a big thumbs up, click subscribe to support my channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any videos. It's almost over, it's almost over. Thank God. 2020. Can't believe we're finally having a wrap up. This is amazing. Despite the year being obviously less than stellar, there was still a ton of great things that happened and a ton of things that I'd accomplished. Today, I'll be going through the 2020 goals that I wrote for myself and let you know whether I completed them, and then I will be going into my 2021 goals. Let me know in the comments down below a recap of how your year went, any specific huge milestones that you hit or accomplishments, and if you have anything exciting planned for 2021. So overall, I had 21 writer life goals, as I call it, and I ended up hitting 13 of the 21 goals. My first goal was to complete the fourth draft of Abargo's Riddle, which I did. Then I polished Abargo's Riddle's query and author mentor match materials, and then I submitted Abargo's Riddle to author mentor match. Now I did not hit my goal to query all the agents on my list for the Celestial Code because I realized that I wasn't getting any bites, it wasn't right for the market, so I shelved that for now. So I technically didn't hit that goal because I decided to stop querying. So there were still some agents on the list, but I decided to shelve it for now. And then the next 4 goals I did not hit because by submitting to author mentor match, I ended up getting an unofficial mentor in JL. Even though I didn't get picked up for author mentor match, she gave me feedback on Abargo's Riddle and said that she would, give me feedback on any future revisions that I do. And so for the rest of the spring, I focused on editing and revising Abargo's Riddle. So I did not hit my goal of completing the first draft of Project Pride, which is the novel I started during NaNoWriMo 2019. And then all the other goals after that were to edit the draft, get beta feedback, and then edit another draft for it. So that all didn't happen because I was focusing on Abargo's Riddle. I did hit my goal of giving myself 2 months to outline my NaNoWriMo novel, which gave me enough time to really dive deep into my outline, including writing scene cards, which I had never done before. And then my 10th goal, which I did, was to win NaNoWriMo. If you want a recap on how my NaNoWriMo went, I will link that down below and up in the cards. The next couple goals go into more of my readerly goals, and that was to beta read at least 3 manuscripts, which I did. I actually beta read 7 manuscripts. My next goal was to read 50 of the 62 books I already owned. If you didn't know, this year I tried to minimize the amount of books that I bought and try to actually read the books that I had on my shelves. But so I ended up only reading 31 books, which is actually half of the books that I already owned. But I'm also kind of including 10 books that I decided I didn't want to read anymore. So technically I cut down the list of books that I already owned down by 10 books. My next goal was to read 75 books, which was my Goodreads goal. And I am so happy to say that I surpassed that and read 100 books. I have never done that before. Every year I always up my Goodreads goal. So I believe when I first started Goodreads, I started at like 25 books and then, went up to 40, 50, 60. And this year I was like, all right, I'm pushing myself to read 75. So I don't know how in the world I got to 100, but I'm super proud of myself. If you are interested in seeing a video about like the top books I read this year and how I was able to read so many books while also still hitting my writerly goals, let me know in the comments down below. Now we're moving into author platform goals. And so one of my goals was to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I did pretty early on in the year too. So you all are awesome. Thank you for supporting me and being my writerly friends. I obviously couldn't do this without you. Next goal was to monetize my YouTube channel, which I did not do. You need a lot of watch hours, and that was really hard for me to hit. So I'm hoping that, another spoiler alert, I can do that next year. My next goal is like partially met, so I'm saying I met it. It was to attend the Wander Writers Retreat and Write On Con. So I was able to attend Write On Con, which is an online writing conference, but Wander Writers Retreat was postponed for obvious reasons. My next goal was to update my members page and resource library on my website, which I did do. If you are not subscribed, the link to my website is down below. I have tons of goodies, especially if you have just finished a first draft or you finished NaNoWriMo. There are so many editing resources and worksheets I have for you, so you definitely need to check it out. Okay, the next goal is a little bit weird and like obscure, but it was to find my entrepreneur niche or not one at all, which I was like, I guess I met because I don't have one at all. I guess I like kind of wanted to find some sort of authorpreneur type thing that I could get into kind of as like a side hustle or something, but I wasn't really focused on that this year. This year was kind of just me trying to get out of my writing rut and like find my love for writing again, which I did with Project Diamond. But so yeah, I guess I'm not really focused on that right now. So right now, I don't have one. My next goal was to hit 2,000 followers on Instagram, which I did. I also love Instagram so much, and YouTube and Instagram are like my faves. My next goal, I only met half of it, so I didn't count this. It was to post 4 times a month on YouTube, which I did either edited videos or live streams. But then the one I didn't do was to post at least 3 days a week on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter, I have found myself more like retweeting stuff. Instagram, I actually wasn't posting as much. That was one of the platforms that, even though I love Instagram, just posting new content was kind of like heightening my anxiety and just was overwhelming me. So I was focusing more on other things, but I still love Instagram. And then my last goal was to send at least 4 newsletters, which are quarterly newsletters, which I did do. And so overall, I had a very successful 2020, despite all the craziness that happened. Let me know if there are any goals that I did or didn't meet that surprised you. And now we're gonna roll into 2021. So I divided my goals up into Writerly, Readerly, Author Platform, and Writing Adjacent, which is kind of like Writerly related. My first goal is to edit the first draft of Project Diamond, which is developmental edits. Second goal is to incorporate my beta feedback, which is editing the second draft. Then I want to edit the third draft of Project Diamond, which would be to implement line edits. I want to complete the query and synopsis, and big goal number 5 is to query Project Diamond. If you want to check out my whole timeline for querying Project Diamond and how I broke down my deadlines for editing, I'll link that video down below and up in the cards. Next, I want to finalize my pitches for Project Diamond and enter any pitch contests, probably PitMad in June, and we'll see if I need to do any other ones. And then the last 2 I've carried over from last year, which is to take 2 months to outline my NaNoWriMo novel, and then to win NaNoWriMo. Now, I have no idea what novel I'm going to do. I obviously am not going to do the sequel to Project Diamond. I'm thinking that this is going to be a duology, but because I want to make sure that I get an agent and a publishing deal with Project Diamond, I don't want to spend the time writing the sequel in case nothing happens, but fingers crossed that it does. But in any case, I'm kind of excited to see like what idea is going to pop into my head or which of the premises I already have I'm going to decide to do. Now on to my Readerly goals, which is to read 30 pre-owned books. I have 20 on my bookshelves here, and then I'm adding other Kindle books that I still have that I didn't read from last year. Even though I read 100 books, I am going to keep my next goal for Goodreads to read 75 books, because I don't want to give myself that pressure. If I do more, awesome, but I'll be happy with 75 because that's way more than a lot of people read, so I'm going to be happy with that. And then lastly, beta read at least 3 manuscripts. As far as my author platform goals, I want to monetize my YouTube channel. Maybe 2021 will be the year. I hope so. I really want to be able to like give you all good content and be able to keep doing it. So fingers crossed that like this is like maybe the #1 author platform goal that I have. My second goal is to update my website and members page. I really try to update it because obviously I come out with new advice videos every month, and I want to be able to keep my website updated and fresh so that you guys can continue to get that good content. So this is kind of tied to the monetization, but hopefully I can reach 2,000 YouTube subscribers. So with that, I'm hoping to just be able to share my work with more people and be able to like make more friends. Along those same lines, I want to reach 2.5K Instagram followers. On Instagram is where I have a lot of polls and things that are decided upon for my YouTube videos. So if you are not following me there, please check me out in the links down below. Same as last year, I want to be able to send 4 quarterly newsletters and also post 4 YouTube videos a month at least. Maybe this year I will finally post 2 videos a week, but we will see. That is going to be a stretch because life is already cray, but I really want to try to do that to bring out more content for you. And lastly, this is a fun author platform one, and I didn't want to stress myself out, so the number sounds like really lame, but I want to post 1 Instagram reel / TikTok at least once a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I realize that those are really hard for me, and adding another social media platform along with all the other ones I'm trying to like continue to give out good content to is pretty hard. So I'm trying not to give pressure on myself. Hopefully I will come out with more because they're really fun and I have some really cool ideas for some upcoming reel / TikTok videos. So hopefully that will be one that I will meet. And lastly, I have my writing adjacent goals. So that is to attend Write On Con. And then the second one is to hopefully attend the Wanda Writers Retreat. You can see I broke this one up this time instead of lumping them together. My third writing adjacent goal is to launch a Diversity is Lit book club secret project. This is something that might take a while for me to come out with, but I know it will come out sometime in 2021, and it's something I'm super excited about. If you don't know what the book club is, I will link that down below. We read so many awesome books by people of color, so please, please, please check it out. And lastly, I want to release an updated Preptember / Preptober calendar, which is the outlining calendar that I released in 2020 for NaNoWriMo Prep. As I was using that this year, I realized that there were some things I could have added into the outlining and preparation period. And because I want to try to give myself 2 months to outline, I want to actually have like 2 calendars to kind of spread it out. So I want to kind of revamp that for 2021. Let me know if you're as hyped as I am for 2021. Yes, I did ask for a planner for Christmas, and I'm going to be using that planner. I kind of fell out of using my planner for 2020, like near August, September, but I'm excited to dive back into using that and be able to just kind of get back on track. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.